Hello, welcome back. It's the Pitch Doctor again. Congratulations! You have now viewed one or both of the primer videos about pitching research and reverse pitching. As a result, you now understand the broad pitching research framework and you recognise the key elements of the methodical pitch template tool. It all seems so simple, but you still feel like you are not quite ready to take the plunge, to actually use it for real. Such feelings of anxiety are only natural. But it's frustrating. You do want to learn about how to pitch your own research, but you just don't know how to start. If only there was an intermediate stage where you could practice pitching a pretend research topic in a low-stress learning environment. So what's my advice? As a stepping stone, why not team up on a pitching task in a friendly setting that allows you to learn from your peers and have fun at the same time? That's precisely the goal of this video, to give you a simple primer on getting the most out of a fantasy pitching exercise. Here are the fantasy pitching instructions, the rules of engagement. The fantasy pitching exercise challenges teams of novice researchers to use the pitching template to create hypothetical or fictitious research proposals. The fantasy pitching exercise is best completed in pairs or small groups within a larger cohort of fantasy pitchers. If possible, this should be set up so that there are 3 to 5 fantasy teams competing against each other. As a team, you have 60 minutes of brainstorming to generate your fantasy pitch, which likely is seeded with some prior group exercises and thinking about where good research ideas come from. Your fantasy pitch can be based on any topic of interest to you. See this as an opportunity to get creative. You should liberate your mind, think outside the box. You can draw inspiration from things such as TV shows, movies, fictional characters, or superheroes, games, animals, or even impossible science. The pitch template is used to guide your approach to the new hypothetical study. Work through the template, completing all of the sections in whatever order most appeals to your team. Elect a team leader or primary note taker to record your efforts. Be sure to include all appropriate and relevant specifics, including possible data required and potential tools needed to carry out the hypothetical study. Be careful to keep your eye on the clock. Don't let your team get bogged down on any item for too long. And towards the end, when time is running short, be ready to allocate individual team members to work separately on particular template items once an overall fantasy theme has emerged. Be careful not to overthink your fantasy scenario. Given the severe time constraints set for this exercise, some degrees of fakeness is allowable for the purpose of this exercise. For example, creation of fake key papers, but clearly label them as such. Of course, such a fabrication approach is only for the expedience of the hypothetical activity. This is not how real research occurs. Ideally, following the creation of your fantasy pitch, each team should be given up to 10 minutes of reporting time to present their pitch to the overall group involved in the exercise. So decide early whether your team will be represented by the leader only in the final oral presentation or whether each team member will participate in some way. As an option, this final oral presentation phase of the fantasy task can be set up as a fun competition judged by your pitching mentor. In conclusion, what are the main themes that we can draw from this fantasy pitching exercise? Fantasy pitching provides a fun, low-stress environment for you as a novice researcher to appreciate and explore the pitching research framework. This creative fantasy pitching exercise is designed to be a stepping stone to help you build confidence working with research in a friendly and supportive peer network. For more information on the pitch template, go to SSRN and access the latest version of pitching research at the address shown on your screen and the web portal pitchmyresearch.com. For more information on fantasy pitching, go to the SSRN and access one or more of the several papers from the Fantasy Pitching series at the addresses shown on your screen.